I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. Real cool dude. Yo, what's good, real cool people? It's your boy David, the real cool dude, coming at you with another movie review. Today we will be discussing The Kid Who Would Be King. This movie follows our character Alex. Alex is your average, I guess, British kid. Comes from a single family home, father left, and he is now living there with his mother. And he has a best friend, who is the kid who always gets pushed on and bullied. And he always has this instinct within himself to defend the weak. And after defending a friend, these bullies chase him. He hides away in an abandoned construction site. And at this site, embedded within one of the stones, lay a sword. What sword, you might ask? Excalibur! And without thinking about it, he just kind of goes and pulls out the sword, which, I mean, I would have done when I was a kid, too. If I see, like, a dope, medieval-looking sword just hanging around, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna try to get that sword. He takes the sword, and the adventure begins. And as far as the adventure goes, it's pretty good. The only issue I really have is that it becomes very formulaic. It's just like a very monotonous video game where there's one kind of villain that keeps showing up and they have to do the same thing to defeat these villains, kind of like, you know, mindless minions. And once they take them out, then it's move to the next land. And then, more of these villains, and then move to the next land. It just kind of started to get old after a while. Merlin reveals himself after the sword is awakened, and he actually is a very, very fun character on this journey. He comes off as silly, but not so much that he's really doing silly things. It's things that are based in a type of magic that, for our comprehension, doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? But yeah, this guy, Merlin, he's doing these things like this to unleash these spells and these incantations, and it's really, really fun because it proves to be legit. Another thing about this journey that I enjoyed was the evolution of our characters. Because the bullies, they discover what it is to be good, and they kind of investigate why they're bullies, so it gets a little deep. It's pretty dope. And then our kid, who's considered the weakling, he, of course, finds his inner strength. And it was kind of a good sort of payoff because he's annoying. Like, I know, you know, plucky sidekick, you know, the comic relief. But man, like, I chuckled at maybe 2 or 3 things this kid did. The rest of the time, I'm like, oh, shut up. As far as our acting goes, our lead kid, he's okay. He's not entirely charismatic. I wasn't really drawn to him. There was nothing that really made me like him aside from him just being a good kid. I've already talked about his friend. His friend's name is Better, and Better get his act together. The 2 bullies, they do a good job. Like when they're bullies and mean and bad, they really sell that. And then as they start to turn and they start to evolve, you accept what they're doing. These young actors were solid. And Merlin is really cool because there's the young Merlin you see in the trailers, but then also there's old Merlin, who is played by the wonderful Patrick Stewart. There are 4 lights. The line must be drawn here. Young Merlin, he was really great. It was a character that could have easily gone either ridiculous or you just hate him. And he found a good middle ground of being this sort of bombastic, you know, over-the-top character, but still reined it in when necessary to progress the story along. The pacing for this movie is actually pretty solid. Never found myself bored, never found myself wanting more, and they just kept delivering on action sequences despite the repetitiveness of the type of actions that transpired in the action sequences. Does that make sense? It was really clever how they took the, you know, Arthur story and modernized it, but not in a weird way where it's set back in the, medieval times, but there's modern clothes and modern music, and that's just weird. They found a really good way of bringing that to today. But having said that, there was a really big issue that I had. This movie has a political agenda, and they kind of hammer that in over and over and over again. And I get it. The political agenda, the way this story is written is kind of essential to the story and why things are transpiring. But it's like, bro, you could have told us once or twice, not thrice or fives. But that was just me. I felt like they could have used some sort of allegory or something else to convey this, political stance that they have. Clearly, the filmmakers have, but it was just blunt right there in your face. No kind of allusion to anything. Overall, for a fun movie to take the kids to, I'm positive you, if you're a parent. You, if you're a kid, heck, if you're a teen or a preteen watching this channel right now, you're gonna have a good time. It's a rare breed where it takes a classic tale and truly introduces it in a new, fresh way. And that's my time, people. Hopefully you guys liked the review. If you did, hook your boy up with that like. And of course, if you like all the chocolatey goodness, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Real Cool Dude, REEL Cool Dude. Y'all know the deal. Real cool people, you are wonderful. I appreciate you guys going down this review journey with me. Until next time, as always, it's your boy David, the Real Cool Dude. Keep it real. Hollywood lights, out here living the dream. I'm the chocolate man who loves silver screens. Giving movie reviews is the thing I do, cause I'm the Real Cool Dude.